Welcome back with a new math tutorial. In this video, we'll talk about multiplication and division rule. How we can find the relation between the input and the output in multiplication and division, how we can complete the table, that's what we'll know today. In the previous video, we'll talk about the addition and subtraction. We will follow the same for multiplication and division. So you will find that in question number 1. In question number 1, we have a table and we need to find the equation, then complete the missing number. So we have here the input equals 2 and the output equals to 12. When the input equals 4, the output was 24. When the input equals 6, the output was 36. If you check for the addition, you will not find a number. If you add it to each input, it will be equal to the output. But you will find that when we have here 2, just when we multiply it by 6, you will find that the answer will be equal to 12. And 4, when you multiply it by 6, the answer will be equal to 24. 6 multiplied by 6 will be equal to 36. So for each input, W, just we need to multiply it by 6 to find the output, which is B. So the equation that we have now, which is W multiplied by 6, will be equals B. Now we need to complete the table. So if the input now equals 8, just when you multiply it by 6, you will find that the answer will be equals 48. So the output will be equals 48. When the input equals 10, just we need to multiply it by 6, it will be equals to 60. So the output here will be equal to 60. When the input equals to 12, just when multiplied by 6, it will be equal to 72. So the missing number now for the output will be equal to 72. We will follow the same in question number 2. You have here the input, which is 1, and the output equals 5. The input equals 3, when the output equals 15. The input equals 5, and the output equals 25. You will not find any number that when you add it to 1, 3, and 5, becomes 5, 15, and 25. But when you check for multiplication, you will find that multiplied by 5. We need only one number that we can use it in addition or multiplication. 1 plus 4 equals 5. But 3 plus 4 is not equal to 15. So it doesn't work with addition, so we'll check for multiplication. 1 multiplied by 5 equals 5. 3 times 5 equals 15. 5 times 5 equals to 25. So the equation that we have now, for each input m, just when we multiply it by 5, you will find that the output, which is n. So the equation that we have now will be m multiplied by 5 will be equals to n. Now check for the numbers. We have here the input, which is 7. When we multiply it by 5, it will be equals to 35. So the output equals 35. When the input equals 9, just multiplied by 5, it will be equals 45. So the output for the second number now will be equals 45. When the input equals to 11, just multiplied by 5, it will be equals to 55. So the output now will be equals 55. And that's how we can find the equation and complete the number multiplication. In question number 5, we have here the input, which is 10, and the output, which is 2. You will find that the number is decreased. Decrease, it means now we have two options. Option number 1, that you check if you subtract. Option number 2, check if you divide. So when you choose subtraction, you will find that 10 minus 8 equals 2. But 20 minus 8, it doesn't equal to 4. So it doesn't work with subtraction. Now we need to check for division. You will find that 10 becomes 2, that's only when you divide by 5. 20 becomes 4 when you only divide it by 5. 30 divided by 5, it will be equal to 6. So for each input, once you divide it by 5, you will find that the output, which is f. So now the equation that we have, which is e divided by 5, will be equals to f. Now check for the inputs. When the input equals 40, now we need to divide it by 5. What is the number that when you multiply it by 5, the answer will be equals 40? You will find that this number is 8. So the output is 8. Now 50 divided by 5, it will be equals. I need a number when we multiply it by 5, the answer will be equals 50. You will find that this number will be equals 10. So that will be equals 10. When the input equals 60, just when we divide it by 5, I need a number when we multiply it by 5, the answer will be equal to 60. It will be equals to 12. If you can't find 12, you can use a long division to find. So now the equation will be e divided by 5 equals to f. Again for question number 6. We have here 16 becomes 2. 16 becomes 2, that's if you subtract 14 or you divide it by 8. But when you subtract 14, it doesn't equal to 3, so it doesn't work with subtraction. Now we can check for division. 16 becomes 2, that's only when you divide by 8. 24 divided by 8 equal to 3. 32 divided by 8 will be equal to 4. So the relation that we have, whatever the value that you have for x, just you divide it by 8 to find the value of y. Now we can write the equation here. So x divided by 8 will be equals to y. If the input now equals 40, so 40 divided by 8, I need a number that when you multiply it by 8, the answer will be equals 40. You will find that will be equals 5. So just write 5. When 48 divided by 8, I need a number when you multiply it by 8, the answer will be equals 48. You will find now the number will be equals 6. So just write 6. Now we have 56 divided by 8. I need a number when you multiply it by 8, the answer will be equals to 56. You will find that this number will be 7. So just write 7. And that's how we can solve the multiplication and division rule, by finding the equation and completing the number.